maybe turn that one light off or down. Holy crap.
Hey, welcome. We are live. Steve is wondering about playing with his lights.
I don't think that made it any better.
Did not. I don't think. That's better.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, you're not as fuzzed out. And meanwhile, I don't have enough light, but we'll make do. So this is episode 68 of Slurp Toast. What is now becoming a regular podcast. We'll try and fix that in the new year. We are a little delayed on this one as we've both been under the weather to varying degrees. How are you feeling?
Better. And I'll give you a pro tip on the CPAP.
Okay, hit me.
So I was telling one of the women at work, I was like, man, I am so stuffed up. I can't breathe. And I go, when you got the CPAP machine, as I suspect you may have just found out, it's like having a guy sitting on your chest, basically just trying to drown you. It's like being waterboarded because you can't blow the air out. So anyways, I was like, yeah. And I go, and I'm really not looking forward to getting addicted to antihistamines. And you can only take so many in a night before you feel really sick. Anyway, so what she said was to take Vicks vapor rub. She goes, just put that under your nose. And I was like, no. It'll end up in my eyes if I do that. But if you do like the little, the little one hit, the shooter type of thing,
little
sticks, and you use a Breathe Right strip. So you take 2 hits of that, it pops your sinuses open. You put that Breathe Right strip, kind of opens you up a little bit. Does make it so you can go to sleep.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I tried that, man. My first night, I'm like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning already? What the hell? I didn't struggle, go downstairs, try and sleep in a chair.
That is a pro tip. I'm filing that one away.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was brutal. I had some sort of unspecified malady. It was just a nasty cough and congestion, and I was barking, and then I had to go drive to Houston and get my parents, and apparently they picked it up. So they're sick. Yeah, I gave it to my elderly parents. So that's always a good sign, right?
Yeah, that's a mark of a good son.
Yeah. I did get rear-ended on my way to pick them up. So I did. My new car has got to go to the shop, so I get points for that, right?
Oh yeah.
I was sitting dead still on I-10 heading into Houston, and this kid popped me. And apparently I had on my "I'm going to kill you" face when I got out of the car. Because I stepped out, and he was like, I have my insurance. I scared the child. He was 24, but whatever.
No, anyway. I did something similar. I got a kid on snow and ice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there, and I see him come up. I'm like, oh, shit, bam. I came out with the "you're going to die, buddy" kind of face. And I mean, that kid, he backpedaled out. He goes, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. It is all my fault. I have snow titers on, and I thought it would make a difference. I go, on ice? You schmuck. And he was like, I go, none of that matters on ice. Do you not know how to drive? And he goes, oh, man. I look at his plates. They're Louisiana plates.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And I look at him, I'm like, where are you from? And I did this. Where are you from, boy? The poor kid. And so we don't think that I came off as racist. He was a white kid, right? Okay. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but I came out and I was just like, where are you from, boy? And he's like, well, New Orleans. And I'm like, God damn it. I go, snow tires don't work on ice. Nothing works on ice. Right. You don't know how to brake on ice? I don't know. And because I was doing an Uber thing, I'm like, you were on your fucking phone? Anyway,
this kid,
he broke the axle on his car because he hit me, hit the curb, hit a light pole. I mean, just destroyed the front end of his car.
Oh,
guys, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say some witness came up. He's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He looks over at his car. He goes, "Damn." I'm like, "I know." I go, almost feel bad for him, except for the fact he does know how to drive on snow and ice.
He's from New Orleans.
He's from New Orleans.
But he drives in the rain really well. Yeah. And the fog. He knows how to drive in rain and fog.
Yeah, son, it ain't a P-row. You ain't gonna get out and stick that thing through the intersection. Mother God.
Yeah, the cough is not gone yet. Yeah, this kid, he got out. I got out. He's like, I have my insurance. Oh, it's my fault. I looked down for just a minute, and then he in his defense, I could tell he tried to avoid because all the damage to my car is on the right rear, and all the damage on his car was left front. So he had tried to turn,
Mm-hmm.
and he just didn't make it.
Nope.
Nope. So found out exactly how much of my SUV is made out of plastic.
Enough to make it expensive.
Yeah. Well, the right exhaust, which previously pointed out the back of the car, is now pointing off the side of the car.
Oh,
So,
not good. Not
yeah,
good.
I'm waiting for the insurance estimate to come in and get it fixed. So,
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So what else have you been up to since last we spoke?
Nothing.
Okay. Good.
No,
Good
I don't know. Did I mention that we got new carpet back in the basement?
You last time I think you were it was imminent. So you got new
Yes.
carpet.
Got new
Your
carpet.
basement is all back to square.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We're gonna repaint the cabinets. We're gonna paint the cabinets because they're that delightful mid '80s golden oak. Where
fun.
everything looks like a model home and not a good one.
What color are you gonna paint it?
I don't know. Navy, blue, cream. Fuck, I don't know. I'm out of the selection part of it. Yeah.
Whatever Kristen brings home, that's the color you'll paint it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you'll appreciate this. So we had the contractor who screwed up, right? I turned in all my bills, and they're like, "Oh, we need you to come out here." And I was like, "Where you at?" And they're in a little town, like about 40 minutes away. So I had to drive out there for 45 minutes. And the first thing is I get some field guy who goes, "Well, we're only going to pay you for half the carpet," and he kind of slides the invoice back at me. And I looked at him, and there's 3 people. I'm in a room with 3 people, right?
Right.
And one guy throws the attitude slide. He goes, "You sign that, we'll get this done today." And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Well, that's all we're going to pay." And I'm like, "Dude, you broke my house. You broke my house. I didn't actually even charge you for all the little things that we did, like painting, changing some electrical outlets. We did all that work for ourselves, to be fair. And you're going to pull shit like this on me? Well, we're going to pay for everything, but not the carpet, half of the carpet." I'm like, "Dude, you robbed me of my peace of mind. And I don't appreciate being dragged out here for some bullshit power move. Oh, look, we're going to drag him 45 minutes out. We're going to strong arm him with 3 people in a room."
Right.
Which one of you is the money guy? Because that's the one I'm going to talk to. I did. Just flat out ignored right and left and talked to the guy at the end of the table. And Wright was the one who threw it down. We settled and got it all sorted out. He's like, "Well, you did this and did this." I was like, "If I turn it into my insurance, you pay for every fucking thing. They just subrogate it back to you. They give me a check, they subrogate it back to you, and you end up paying your deductible, which I have a feeling is probably more than this bill."
And if you start strong arming them, then the lawyers come out, and that's going to get real expensive real fast.
So it all got paid. And the guy, I go, "Well, here's what I'll do. I'll do this amount." And he gets a pen. He starts working it. And I'm like, "Really? You're going to get a pen out?" And it's just fucking times multiplied by 0.75. It's like really not that hard. I'm surprised you didn't do this ahead of time. So.
Well, we got new carpet too because we have teenage boys and dogs, and our upstairs was a toxic waste dump.
Just everything worn to the nubs,
and it just smelled funky. Like you couldn't be up there. So we had So in the process of that, I could do some demo, which was fun. I don't do a lot of that. We decided. We'll turn this a little bit. Let's see if you can see it.
Okay.
Nope, that's not it. Sorry, right there. See, I took out the banister there on that next to the chair.
Okay.
I tore that out.
Came around the corner.
Yeah, there was a lag bolt that went into the foundation. That was fun taking that out.
It just takes time.
I blew out a pair of channel locks.
Oh,
they weren't locking. I had to go buy new channel locks because my channel locks blew out. I couldn't get them to lock in anymore. But I got it out.
Good deal. Good
Took all
deal.
goddamn afternoon and a pair of channel locks, but got it out.
That's what home repair was like at our old house. So like we had to replace a light over the driveway, or,
Mhm.
top of the garage right there. It was like an old, doesn't matter, farmhouse light. And so you look at it, you're like, well, this should be easy. We find the circuit, kill the power. I get up on the ladder, I unscrew the bolts, and find out that the damn thing is actually screwed into the side of the house, that there's no box back there. And I'm sitting there looking at it going, oh shit. So and there's just like the one wire, there's like a little tiny hole and the wire's drilled through. So I get down off the ladder and I tell my dad, and he goes, well, what does that mean? I go, we got to find a box. I can't just screw this to the side of the house. I mean, I could, clearly I
Good.
could.
It's been there's precedent.
There's precedent. Yeah, it's done. Just caulk the shit out of that thing. So we end up having to cut a hole in the garage roof. It's cheap masonite type stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Cut a hole. All this like raccoon poop or something falls on my head. Fucking awesome. Get up there and find that there's just one little wire that's strung across the length of the garage. There's
Oh
no
wow.
box, and it just ends, just terminates. So I pull this side, and it's just wrapped in electrical tape. So you pull all the electrical tape, and what they used to do at the old house is they would crimp the one wire like this, and then they would crimp the other wire like this, and they'd put them together, and then
Hmm.
they just wrap that with aluminum tape, or not
Oh
aluminum
my
tape,
god.
electrical tape. Aluminum tape would have been a lot more exciting. Anyway, but wrap it in electrical tape, and it's like you're sitting there looking at it going, wire nuts are like 10 cents a piece, baby.
Yeah. Right.
You can buy a
Right.
big bucket for
I
of them
bought
for
a
like 10
box of
bucks.
them. I bought a box of them when we had our first house. I still have some left.
That's right. So
They're
I'm
not
looking,
expensive.
and I'm looking at it going, really, it's like 30 cents to have done this right? So, because what I was hoping is they'd made it up in a box and then just ran the wires into the ground, even though I knew that wasn't going to be the case. I held out hope that that was going to be the case. So I called one of the guys and I explained to him what happened. He goes, you're kind of obliged to bring it up to code. I'm like, what if I can prove I never saw it? He goes, they're going to know you replaced the light fixture. I'm like, fine. I go, so what do I need to do? And he goes, yeah, you need to go get your retrofit. He tells me the piece to buy. So I get the drill bit, the
Right.
whatever, hole
The
cutter,
masonry bit. Yeah.
hole cutter. It's a site
Oh,
wood
okay. Yeah,
siding.
yeah. The big round one.
Go through it and find out that they've doubled up the plywood, broke one of the hole saws, had to go back to Home Depot, came back, drilled through. Now my box isn't deep enough and the little clips aren't. So I had to finagle that with some longer clips, got the cable in, tied it up, got it back on the roof, caulked the thing. It should have taken, because it was on a ladder, probably a half an hour to do all this, because you got to go up.
Or
Uh, a day and a half because of the 4 trips back to Home
Al,
Depot.
have you ever done a home improvement project where it was one trip to Home Depot?
No. And
Okay.
that's the way that is that it's designed that way. That's
Oh yeah.
how like Lucy it's a big owned by an Eastern syndicate.
Hmm.
Home ownership is run by a racket, and it's Home Depot and Lowe's, and the game is just steal your life savings $25 at a time.
I have never done a home improvement project that didn't require at least 3 trips.
And it's the most bizarre thing because it's like, I just got a new outlet. You get the outlet, you find the breaker, you go in there, and you're like, I got to go back and get fucking screws. What the hell? You
Yeah.
bought the one box at the thing that like the screws are missing.
When we did the stairs, Laura decided she wanted the caps on the newel post off. So I cut those off. No big deal. I should have used an electric saw, but I used a hand saw. Well, then I sanded them a little bit. It's not in the level enough. Oh fuck! I got to go buy a plane. God damn it! And then in the course of that, there was I got to patch this. All my patches dried up. Going back. What did I have to patch? It was at the top of the stairs. I don't remember what I had to patch something, and it was just like, and we have like a little ace at the top of the hill by my house. So if it's I don't like going there because it's mostly a gift shop at this point, right?
Yeah, Yeah, the
But if
whole
it's
front
something
end by the
quick,
register is just
yeah,
like you're what this is not hardware.
yeah.
It's
There's like this.
t-shirts.
The aisles are short on the hardware side and long on the gift shop side, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
if I know it's something that's going to be hard to find, I don't even bother. I'm like, okay, I can go get some caulk. I know they have caulk, right? So while I was there, I bought myself a new putty knife because I didn't. My old one was kind of grody. Treated myself to a new putty knife.
Woo, $3.
What did I fill? I don't even remember what I filled in, but it took. It was just like, yeah. And then I was like, when it came time for the square, I'm like, or I was like, not the square, the plane. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother going there. That's his Home Depot trip. There's no way the Ace Hardware gift shop has a plane.
Oh, they have them, but they're like they're Ace brand, or and my thing is like, yes, you find something and you go to Home Depot, you go to Lowe's and you couldn't find the replacement item, but by God, they had it at Ace. It
Yeah.
was one of these deals. Yeah, we can scan that.
Yeah. Well, it was even weird when I got to Home Depot for the plane because like they have all these like I guess they're newfangled planes. They look like rasps to me though. None of them were like a blade. It was all like, and there was
Yeah.
like one peg with a good old fashioned David Cook style plane, and I'm like, that's what I want. The one
Mhm.
that I can go
The
till
one
I
that
get
works.
till it stops till it stops and it's level. Why is that something they're not carrying? I don't understand. That's
Uh,
basic. That's a basic tool, which I don't know why I
again,
didn't have to begin with, but yeah.
it's the conspiracy theory. It's
Yeah.
just the, but yes, I totally get that. And I've done the multiple trips with just dumb stuff. Dumb.
I
We did,
measured twice. Why doesn't it match?
yes, Chris, why is this taking so long? And you're just like, just don't.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Let's just say don't.
It'll-
Okay. Uh,
we were doing some straightening up and getting Christmas stuff out yesterday, and we had bought a new handle for the front door probably 2 years ago and never put it in. Right,
mhm.
it was sitting on my workbench or adjacent to it, and Laura's like, "Oh, I forgot we had this." Okay, well, you still want it? Yeah, I think we had not put it in because it was one of those where it had a biometric lock and we couldn't find the
Mm,
biometric lock.
mhm.
Whatever, we'll just put it in with the key, right? She go, "Can you do that this afternoon?" I'm like, "No, because I'm going to do this right. I'm not going to
Mhm.
hurry it." She just looked at me. I'm like, "That's we're done here. I will do it, and I will do it soon." But
I'll do it on my time, on my
yeah,
schedule.
it's
When I
going to
when I
be
have
done.
the when I don't think I'm just going to curse incessantly at this thing.
Especially since it's the front door and all the children on the block will hear me doing it, right?
Yeah, and nobody needs to learn the language I'm about to produce.
Yeah, because you just know there's no way all the holes in the door are going to line up right. There's no way that's a quick and easy. There's just no way. I'm
And,
gonna
and
have to. I'm gonna have to deepen some holes, drill some holes,
oh yeah,
adjust
you
some
got all your stuff
plates.
out ready. What do you need a drill for? Just don't, okay?
Because I know I know how this is gonna go.
Yeah. Experience, you show up with well, you just need a screwdriver. Never, ever been that simple. Just never.
Not even once.
It's like when we moved into the house, they gave us keys to everything but the front door.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What? And so I looked at the lock set and it was one that you could rekey,
Hmm.
which is great because that was what we had in the garage, which means that I could then rekey this thing, right? Um, except that I couldn't get it open to get to the. Anyway, I ended up watching before I went back to the store and bought like a $40 lock set for my front door. I watched a video and I took that lock apart down to the tumblers. That was
Wow.
it. That was it. It's not one that you could rekey, but I could rekey the tumbler with the key from the garage. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Because I mean, but the instructions were to basically take it down to the tumbler. And I'm like watching this video going, my God, it takes no effort to be a burglar anymore. You don't learn this on the street. You just need Wi Fi. Uh, But I did. I took the lock set down to the tumblers, rekeyed it to the key from the garage, and then reset all the other locks to that. But it was, yeah,
Wow.
Because you're sitting there going, I don't know how long this will take me, but I really don't feel like spending $60 on a lock set for the front door today. So, you know,
And I'm going to learn something.
so we're going to give this a try. The worst that happens is that I have to
Spend $60 on a
$60 on a lock set. But no, I did manage. I pulled it off. I was very, very proud that I broke into my own home I had just bought. Because the previous owners were kind of asshats,
Yeah, I've complained before about the water feature in my backyard, right? And it's just a waste of time and space, and I've got to figure out how to take it out. And yesterday, Laura was like, "We should just zero form the backyard." I'm like, "Yes, let's do that." Need to read the HOA documents, but I'm pretty sure the backyard's okay as long as they can't see it from the front. Let's do that, and we can bust out that thing
and move on. Oh
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm all in favor.
All right. Joys of home ownership. I've been very clear of how much I dislike home ownership.
Yeah, we've had that conversation. We're just living in the house that the bank owns. That's all. We're supervised. We're the super of the house.
It's yours. Yes, we're Schneider in our own kingdoms. We're our own Schneiders.
Exactly. Nice. Well, I guess we should talk about Norman Lear now.
That's right. Well, yeah. I'm going to go out and buy a denim vest. I'm going to roll up my T-shirts.
You need the big thick of keys with the
thick of keys, a tool belt
with the zip thing on it.
And I'm going to shave this down to just a little David Niven thin thing.
As kids, that was so funny. As an adult, it's just terrifying. That he was just letting himself into the apartment that was the home of 3 women.
And nobody.
Nobody. A couple of them were underage. One of them was underage,
Yes.
Oh, it's just Schneider. And he lived in the basement, if I remember correctly.
He did.
With like cheesecake posters on the wall. Yeah, nothing creepy or inappropriate about that at all.
No. If Chris Hansen moves into the apartment above you, there's a problem. So Schneider, why are you here? Well, she just called and, I'm the super, What do you have rolled up in your sleeves? That cigarettes? Sure. See the Trojan label through his sleeve. And you live in a basement with the walls covered with, like you say, cheesecake posters. They were there when I got there. They're not mine. I'm holding for a friend.
Okay, here's
he's 15, by the way. His mom won't let him put him up, so he's got a key. He comes down, we hang out, smoke some weed. It's cool.
It just keeps getting worse. He's molesting children of both genders. Oh my god.
But no touching. We just dance around a little.
He likes to look like keys jingle.
I let him jingle the keys. You know what I'm saying?
I think you know, Chris.
Yeah, you've been around the block. You've talked to these people. You know what's up.
Oh my. Dwayne F. Schneider. There's a piece of information that's in my brain that has no right to be there.
Wow. Yeah. It's we're doing a class. Chris and I are taking Tai Chi. Woo, slow move.
I like Tai Chi.
Yeah. So anyway, we're in there doing that. And the instructor, he said something, he made a joke, right? About Barney Fife.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, everybody in here knows who Barney Fife was, who played Barney Fife. And I go, Ken Berry.
You dropped the Mayberry RFD on the man?
Yes, I did. I think he was trying to drop a little, Andy Griffith on us. So I saw the Andy Griffith gambit and countered with Mayberry RFB. They never see Ken Berry coming.
We'll never see him coming. Ken Berry. Nicely done, sir.
Thank you.
Did that stop class in its tracks?
It stopped him. It caught him off guard. And then he finally thought about it. He saw me smiling. He goes, because at first I think he was going to say Ken Berry. What the wrong show? But then he kind of clued in. I kept waiting for him to go, no, it wasn't Ken Berry. And I was going to go, Howard Sprague. Floyd? Is Floyd somebody?
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
Andy,
Andy. Let's just get that hair.
let's get Opie and go up to Mount Pilot for a haircut. Or something in the water in Mayberry. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah. That would be fun. You could turn that into that's a horror movie, a Mayberry horror thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could.
Because I mean,
It's
it
all too perfect.
runs right into Southern Gothic.
It really does.
Oh.
Mayberry R.I.P.
Ooh. It's that edgy reimagining that's going to show up on Paramount Plus one day. Yeah.
You will never get the
Or
rights.
Max.
I guarantee you will never get the rights to screw with Mayberry. I'm guessing the estate of Andy Griffith would never let us play in that.
Oh God. Yeah. Aunt B is a madam. That would be good. Otis is a crime lord who just runs moonshine.
Andy is the of course the corrupt crime ball. Yeah, actually Andy's running the town.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Or is he Otis's right hand man?
There we go. Yeah.
No, we just turned it into the Dukes of Hazzard. Is all we just did.
Fine. Let's make it the Sopranos. The Dukes of Hazzard meet Sopranos. Mayberry R.I.P.
I like it.
Otis having people whack that one freaky dude comes out of Ernest Tubbs comes out of the woods. That fucker's a deranged hitman.
Like the dude from No Country for Old Men.
Oh God, he shows up with the cattle killer. Yeah. Black.
Oh my!
Andy, give me Tubbs. No, you don't want to go there. Yes, we do. They drive up to Mount Pilot and take some people out.
I've had enough of that old man at Petticoat Junction.
Time to get rid of the old man. Yeah, you see that fucker climb a telephone pole to make a call. I want him down. Take him out. That's Green Acres, but whatever.
I was about to say we're burning.
They all ran together.
We're burning Green Acres to the ground.
Aunt B wants that slut Jaja taken out. Yeah.
The
New York Madam. Yeah.
Aunt B wants to take over the brothel at Petticoat Junction.
Aunt B could be the one running the town. Think about that.
There you go. Big Bad Mama. There you go. I like it. Big
Bad Mama. Mm-hmm.
I like it. There it is.
Otis runs a strip club and
that's
liquor.
That's the twist in the third act.
That's the twist is that Aunt B is the one pulling strings.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can see it.
Yeah. Barney Fife, played by Chris Imperiola, or whatever that kid's name is.
The only time Andy ever whistles is when he's going to kill somebody.
Ooh.
Bang.
You hear that last? Yeah. It's just a scene of the woods. Andy's walking through with the fishing gear. The kid, he's got his arm around his. Opens the tackle box. Boom! Birds flap through the trees.
38 with tape on the handles. All that's in the tackle box.
No, Andy, no.
you can see where the serial number's been filed off as he takes it out.
That's right.
He throws it in the fishing pond, and it just floats down and lands with all the other ones.
It's just a pile of guns at the bottom of the lake. They ever dredge that lake, we're going to be in trouble. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. They're going to find a whole mess of guns down there. They ain't going to be able to tie any of them to anything. Because Ernest hauls the bodies out into the woods, feeds them to his pigs. It's just...
Yep. Or there's a very special barbecue stand out on the highway.
Oh, yeah. That sounds... There you go. Ernest grilling burgers to the highway patrol. There you go.
Yeah.
Boiled peanuts and burgers. Have a Coke, boiled peanut, burger, officer.
It's in the house. We
It's
always
on
have
the
to take care of law enforcement.
we sure do support our law enforcement around here. Now they're pushing the squad car into the lake. The lake looks like a parking lot just littered with guns. Yeah, that's where I was the last couple of weeks. You laugh already. You almost think you're gonna die.
I've been like this since like the week of Thanksgiving, so it's been a
Oh.
lovely time. Oh man, it's funny that we went that way because when the boys were home, we went to the local comic shop, one of them for they had a Black Friday sale, and all their T-shirts were $10. And have you ever read that Southern Bastard? Those Southern Bastards.
Seen them but not read them.
Okay, really fun. You would really like it.
Okay.
But essentially, it's very much in the vein of what we're talking about because the crime boss in that book is the local football coach. And he runs a barbecue joint called Boss's Barbecue, and they had the Boss's Barbecue T-shirt, and I was like, "Oh, that is perfect. That is so obscure. The only people that know it will get it, and it looks just like a Texas shirt. Otherwise, they didn't have my fat ass size.
That sucks.
Damn it! That's the one I wanted. Oh, it would have been so good. It would have been so good.
Yes, I've been pimping for the Wolverine Lego claws for Christmas.
Nice.
Hoping to get those so I can have all of the Gauntlet Lego kits.
You have a gauntlet of gauntlets?
Yes, I will. I've got the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet. I've got the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. And I get that Wolverine not Infinity, I guess.
Yeah. Let's glue some diamels on there.
I can bejewel it, bedazzle it.
There you go.
Let's go back in the Wayback Machine, bedazzling. So every denim coat looked better with rhinestones.
Unless you were the Rock and Roll Express or on tour with Bon Jovi.
Somebody said something about the 80s just being so whatever, and I was like, you weren't there. You don't know what you're wishing. You think it's funny because of the big hair, right? And, Michael P. Keaton as Alex, but no, there was so much worse. Bedazzling parachute pants, T-shirts with the sleeves cut out.
Parachute. The vests when people were just wearing like the Chess King vests. That was the worst.
Yeah, the Chess King vests, or they'd have like a big Japanese like red sun with like one character that probably said "dickhead." It means love. I bet doesn't.
Not fluent in kanji, but I'm guessing you're wrong. But
speaking of that, somebody posted a picture of Paul Bunyan. Is he kaiju? And I was like, not sure, babe. Yes.
Babe for sure is kaiju. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Not sure where he falls. If by chance you had 5 smaller lumberjacks that combined to make Paul Bunyan.
Hold on, I got my wheel spinning again.
Just as great, they all like standing there in flannel shirts with beards and
different
caps
but all the flannel shirts are different colors. They have to be.
They're all different colors, and the beards are slightly different. They got the curlicues, large eyes. Yes. They come together, and then he reaches behind his back, does this, and boom, it's a giant axe.
Actually, they all have the same flannel shirt. It's their suspenders that are different colors.
And all their pants are rolled up at their cuff. They're cuffed.
About mid-calf.
And
their socks match their suspenders. It's a very tiny detail, but it matters.
Oh, yeah. I'd watch that show.
In a heartbeat.
All of it takes place in Minnesota. So you just,
In
any folklore creature, any Great Lakes float. Yeah. He's fighting the Loch Ness monster of Lake Superior kind of thing.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
That would be great. And it's
It
either
would be.
that, or he goes and he does like these little arm movements out in the woods, and they pull back and then they zoom in and he gets big like Ultraman.
Oh, there you go.
That one works. I like that one. I think I still like the 5 little lumberjacks coming together to make a big one.
Yeah.
The flannel shirt opens up, his head gets swallowed, he plugs in. All their fingers are Doc Martens. I don't know. It's weird. He's just a big giant mech. He's this big lumberjack mech with a big mecha beard.
Lumber mech.
Lumber mech. Oh, there we go. Nobody can stop John Henry. Oh, yeah?
Legend of Paul Bunyan, Lumber Mech. I believe that's the title of this episode, by the way.
You better write that one down.
I'm writing it down right now.
That's a great poster, though, with, this giant mechanical lumberjack with like the Japanese characters going down the side. He's got this giant axe drawn. He's got this pose with the axe,
And Babe's kind of hovering behind him. So you don't see the whole thing, just kind of a blue face with sort of the horns sticking out.
It's on his shirt.
There you go.
Either that or he after he conformed, they got the fight. He's getting his ass kicked. He whistles. This mountain explodes and his giant big blue ox comes rampaging out of it, rolling across the plains. Minneapolis is just shaking. Oh no! Bad blue ox! All the faces, all of them just, looks like a Jeff Darrow comic.
Wow.
Oh, we're on fire tonight, guys.
We are. Wow. We've already created 2. We already are bastardized 1 IP and some public domain properties. We are on a roll.
I think so. I think Lumber Mech works. Paul Bunyan, Lumber Mech. Kaiju Babe. Babe the Kaiju. He's fighting this giant, the giant tortoise goddamn turtle looking dude. Yeah.
Turtle.
I saw that Saturday Night Live skit where Emma Stone wins a turtle.
Want to say that again?
Emma Stone was hosting Saturday Night Live, had a game show where she won the turtle.
That sketch was funnier than it had any right to be.
No, I think it was like, what about I'll just get rid of it. Sure, fine. Kill it, tough guy.
It was a one-joke premise that the people involved made work. It was so funny.
And you're right, it should not have worked.
There was one last night that was funnier than it should have been. Oh, it was the Christmas dinner one.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
It's a fight to the death.
I said beep, beep, but I can say blacka, blacka.
Oh, God, yes.
I'll tell you, we were talking about this. Dismukes is growing on me a lot. He's got a certain weird vibe that works in everything he does.
A lot of them do. And the guy who is the game show host, he's got that same weird vibe. I think if Colin and those guys leave, he would be a good replacement for Update.
Oh, he would. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just keep him off the edge of Charles Rocket, but I think you'd be fine.
Well, the young Hispanic guy clearly is a John Leguizamo devotee after his
good
bit
Lord,
last
yes.
night.
Mommy Papi.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like him calling Colin Poppy.
Yes.
And it is fun when the new cast members come out and just rail on Colin. Like Sarah Squirm.
Yeah, Laura hates her so much. But she's starting to pop up in the early sketches now. So she's not going anywhere. I can see her. I told Laura a while back. I think she could end up. I could see her end up on Update too.
That would be, yes, as a roving correspondent. Oh my God. Hey, Colin, you know what they call these in London? You call cigarettes in London? Yes. Say it. No, I'm not going to say it. Say it. I dare you.
He's a good sport. He knows his role is to be the straight guy, the punching bag, and he gets it. He does it. So
He does it very well.
he's grown on me. I used to despise him, but he has grown on me. So, we saw he did a stand-up show here in the last year, and he brought Dismukes was there because he's from Austin.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a Texas kid.
Yeah, he was there. The black Pete Davidson guy was
Black
there.
Pete Davidson, whatever that kid's name is.
Yeah, and Marcelo was there. So it was a full night, and they were all very good. So
I did watch the Please Don't Destroy movie.
And was it any good?
It was fun. I mean, it was
Okay.
like a bunch of their little video vignettes kind of strung together.
Kind of like when I took the boys to see the Impractical Jokers movie, which was just
Okay.
the same thing. Oh, here's a challenge on the road.
Although today I was arguing that the first Charlie Brown special was nothing but a montage. Christy goes, "It's not." I go, "It is. It's just it's little bits from the comic strip that they've strung together with dancing." I go, "That's the montage music. It's a half-hour montage at the end. Maybe you've learned the meaning of Christmas, or maybe you've learned to dance like this."
Oh, that's too funny. I was going to ask you something else. I had a couple of thoughts, but I don't know what they were. They're gone. Hey, do you have anything fun on your desk? I'm pushing this up.
I got a couple things. Now that I'm back in the old place, I know what I'll do. I have a Moon Knight action figure. Kind of fun.
Okay. Nice.
It's one of
got
those
an
where you,
interchangeable head.
yes, interchangeable head, which makes sense because the white head does not work at all.
No.
No, it needs to be changed. I actually went and looked at previous. All they're doing is they're reusing the mold and they're just painting new logos and shit on it. So it's kind of fun. But we'll go with the real kind of fun thing on the desk. Is that I've never played the video game or anything like that.
Mhm.
Hell, I don't know the property that well, but Funko made action figures of the characters from Five Nights at Freddy.
Okay. I don't know.
And here's the moon.
Well, that's terrifying.
And here's the sun. Yes, they are very
God.
terrifying.
Okay. Those are awful.
They are terrible. They are the most grotesque things I've really ever seen besides Mexican bootlegs. But they are just amazingly well done. I've been collecting Funko for like 20 years. I did not know they had it in them to make an articulated action figure that didn't immediately fall apart in your hands, or the paint decos were so bad you had no idea who the fuck you had. So
they're well made.
They are actually. They're well made. They, kind of jointed at the elbow and the wrist and the shoulder. Okay. The ankles, the knees, the hips. The head doesn't move a whole lot, but there's
all the better for staring at you.
Yeah, really. It's kind of like if you set them up and you woke up and fuck, if they were there next to your alarm clock.
Not snoozing that morning.
No. God forbid you look at them drunk.
I have a Funko too for our.
Okay. I picked one of those up myself. That is very nice.
He doesn't stand up all that well. He's very top heavy.
Did it have the base that you can?
It might have. I took it out of the box on my way in. I didn't look. It probably does. I see the hole in the foot now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if not, you can buy those at Hot Topic.
I love the mohawk they've added to Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's like a big action figure version at the comic shop, and it's got the flowing red mohawk coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I pointed that out to the boys while we were there. I'm like, don't like that.
Yeah. Just saying, boys. Just saying.
You know, if you have any pause for any reason,
No, the thing about I think I don't know if Beta Ray Bill he's a previews exclusive, right?
yeah.
For the longest time, Walgreens used to do I thought the best exclusive. Somebody at Walgreens, toy department, was clearly an 80s X-Men fan, because they've done Omega Red, they did Magic, they did
Long
Bishop,
Shot.
Long Shot, Annihilus, which not really X-Men, but one of my favorite figures that they've ever done.
I have that one. Yes.
Good. Yeah, and I always thought it's a shame that not Walmart, but Walgreens has great exclusive. Adam Warlock was one too.
Oh, really?
But you never find them in stores unless you're incredibly lucky. Their distribution model is absolute garbage. Individual stores don't order stuff. Individual stores gets a box, they open it up, and whatever's in there goes on the shelf.
Really?
Yes. There was a girl who was a fanatic who explained that to me. She's like, yeah, managers don't really say, I want this, this, and this. We just get the box marked exclusives. And, it's another couple of hundred of fucking the Heartbreak Kid from his really ultra gay, mid 80s kind
the Blue Oyster days.
The Blue Oyster days. Yeah. With the, the Ziggy,
the chaps,
bare chest, and the chaps. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's a weird model. You would think there'd be more thought put into it. If you're going to all the trouble to have those made, you would think you would have some
you would look at everything,
way to get rid of them in a timely manner, right?
Oh yeah. And then Walgreens, and then there's Walmart on the other hand. Somebody goes, "Oh, Walmart's going to quit carrying Funko," and I was like, "Good." It's Walmart. You're lucky if you can find something that's the box is still intact, and it's not 100 years old, or it's one of Walmart's weird exclusives, Winger from Stripes. It's why? If you're going to do an exclusive from Stripes, let's have Mud Wrestling John Candy. That's an exclusive. Him there with the two bras in his hand, just covered in blood mud. That's an exclusive. Nope, it's John Winger holding the rifle. Yeah, with this, the hat on.
Backwards. Mm-hmm. That's not a good one. The one by my office always seems to have. They can't seem to move the DC Black Orchids.
No, those are 2 years old.
That and the Sam Neill from Jurassic something or another.
That one's going to be there forever.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure somebody at Walmart's this stuff just doesn't sell. And it's it would help if you didn't just carry every shitty figure that Funko made.
They got to go somewhere. That's the Walmart model.
Yeah. Yeah. I got 10 feet of shelf space. Bring in the crap.
Fill it in.
That being said, though, in that same section of Walmart, I have seen the Mego Joker figure.
Really?
Yes. Mego Green Lantern, Mego Green Arrow, and the Mego Joker.
I saw somewhere on the internet a while back, and I haven't had a chance to confirm it. They were saying that some of the Megos were hitting the big lots.
That sounds
finding the Batman, the Adam West Batman.
Oh,
series,
cool!
The Cesar Romero Joker. I haven't had a chance to hit a big lots. There's not one in my vicinity for home or work that I can hit readily, but I think a Cesar Romero Joker would be kind of cool.
With the little outline of the mustache.
Yes, if it doesn't have that, it stays on a peg. But if it's
there's no point in getting it.
Yeah, unless you see the grease paint mustache, it's not worth it. That's too funny.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of Funko products that's showing up at the discount outlets.
Mm-hmm.
People are oh, this sucks, and it's you know what? I don't have a problem with it. Okay, I would rather them be selling it out at Five Below. And getting the product out there than another report that they bulldozed another $20 million worth of pop just right in the ground.
right yeah, that they've got to figure out that they've got to figure out their quantity model. I don't know. They're overestimating some of their licenses.
I think so. I mean, but I thought that always all along that they I think with somebody like a Batman, they're like, oh, the original Batman mold is evergreen. We'll just keep, producing it. And
Sure.
it's like you guys have made like 50 variants of Batman, and I'm probably low. You can retire the original mold.
Yeah, you've made your money on the mold.
Yeah, and because they were like, oh, we're going to retire these, we're going to vault them, and then they kind of brought some of them back, you know, at a later date, and it's just sort of like, you know what, you've got enough backlog of stuff, just let it go. Just go ahead and make a new mold, and then everybody mad that you made a new mold and you you devalued the other one, but it's like, no, that's still done. They made their quantity. I always think that they should just basically peg their quantity so that it's released, and that's it. you know,
Yeah, I mean,
that
that
it's
makes
like
more-
if the sales are there, it's like I'm going to cap production of every piece at X number of units. So I'm going to do my initial run is always this many units, and that'll
everybody
determine.
knows.
hmm And everybody knows, so that everybody who collects can basically go, okay, I'm going to get one of 50,000 pieces or whatever, and
Mhm.
and can collect, because there's that many anime collectors. You don't need 100,000 One Punch,
Right. Right.
and maybe if you did that, you wouldn't see. Uh, I don't know. Maybe you'd have the other problem though, is that somebody'd be like, "I've got 51 punches." They're all slightly different, but whatever. Anyway, just a thought.
Yeah, there's ways that they could tweak their model to be more efficient for sure. Is your daughter home from school yet?
She was home this weekend. She goes back for a final, and then she's done until the middle of January.
I think the knuckleheads have another week. I think they have finals this week, and then they're home next week sometime.
Yeah, it's pretty much her too.
Yeah, I told the other day, I was like, they were home for Thanksgiving, and I got used to them being around again, and then, like, I find myself missing them. It's weird.
Well, ours, she's got the boyfriend here, so it's like she comes home, we see her long enough to drop off laundry, and then she's gone.
Oh, is she still going out with Holden?
Still going out.
Is he in school there? Is he younger?
He's younger,
Okay.
so yeah, he'll graduate and he'll go to another school, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of here. So, kind of curious as to how that will work out when that happens, but that's next year. I'm
Right.
not
That's
overly worried about it.
problem for another day.
Yes, it's like, but Kristen's like, well, we need to get him a gift. I'm like, he is not ours. No, we don't. It's like, well, what do you think we should get? No, I don't think we should get him anything.
It's a weird precedent to set. I don't know.
But here's the thing: they don't watch, so I don't have to worry about it. He's got a bunch of brothers, older brothers and younger brothers, siblings, and they all have boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're all long-term boyfriends and girlfriends.
Okay.
And I may have referred to the girlfriends as a whole as the sister wives, but
Wait, does that include your daughter?
yeah, I'm throwing her in there. But yeah, like his older brothers, they've got girlfriends of like 3 to 4 years and stuff, and her younger brother has a long-term girlfriend, younger sister has a longish-term boyfriend type of thing. So,
all right then.
So yes, they have. Yeah, she she shows up, she goes over, and they have dinner at grandma's house with like all the family and stuff. And it's like, my God, that's like 11, 15 people. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yes. So yes, they and the sister wives.
That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people. It's nice. It's stable. So it's like, not
True.
one of those things where you'd be like, she's at school and we're like out and about seeing him, whoring around town or anything like that. But
Oh, that's true. That's good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
I may have divulged too much information. Whatever.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's like I said,
It's just going to France, so
That's right. The French. Yeah, they'll know. They'll get it.
it's amor. That's
Amor.
amore.
Uh-huh. Los Mujeres. Yeah, I forget the esposas de
Hija.
hijas. That's daughter wives. I don't know.
Hermosa. Is it Hermosa? Hermosa?
That's pretty.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay, so our Spanish is rusty.
It's a little bit, and the two women who clean and our receptionist, I walk by and they're yammering away in Spanish, and I'll catch enough that I can comment back in Spanish. So it sounds like I really know what they're talking about. It's like blah, 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 blah. ¿Qué piensas, Steven? Ah, sí, es verdad. That's what do you think? Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
we had two of our events in the last 2 weeks, and including our big award banquet Friday night, and I'm doing check-in, and the folks of Hispanic descent come in and they start spelling their name for me. I'm like, oh yeah, and then I finish it off. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh yeah,
Hidalgo, I got it.
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Somebody started spelling one the other day, and it was not like a common Hispanic
Spanish
name.
thing, yeah.
And I rattled it off, and they were like, "Well, okay,
Está bien.
Gringo."
Well, it's like the Cajuns sometimes will come through, and you'll just be like Thibodeau, this or that. It always bothers. Here's a funny thing: Justin Herbert bugs the shit out of me because I keep wanting to call him Bear.
Yeah, right. Well, and here's the one for me this football season. Every time I'm watching the ticker and the Falcons score or whatever goes by, their new quarterback is Desmond Ritter, but it says D. Ritter, and I'm like, he should play for the Saints.
Yeah,
De Ritter should play for the Saints.
Yes, he should.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's one of those. We were somewhere. We went to the hockey game, and something. The kid in front of me is like Barcelex. I'm like Barcelo.
AUX is an O, son.
It's an O sound, man, not EX.
Circling back, the Tai Chi. Where did that come up? Is that something y'all are doing since the daughter left?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And it's really strange because it's not strange because low. It's like barbecue, low and slow, kind of a thing.
That is the tempo.
That's the tempo, low and slow. Some dude with black nitrix, those black latex gloves, up there teaching it. That'd be fun. That would be fun. Could you imagine Tai Chi taught by a coon-ass?
Oh man!
No man! You got to move the. It's a lazy catch a crawl get. What the fuck?
Gonna make them crawdad hands.
Make a crawl. Yeah, you got to crawdad. Hey, you're gonna open. You're gonna sink, but not too far. You sink too far.
You sink too far.
You got to float. Like oil on the water on the bayou. No, Kristen signed us up after Babe went to school.
Cool.
And we've gone through like 2 6-week classes, and it starts off. Your thing is like you stand, and then you step to the side, and then you turn. Yeah, exactly, and all this, and it's kind of funny because like I'm trying to pay really close attention to how the weight shifts, so it's not like you're falling into the next position,
right.
Being under control, but I can never see the hand motions well enough, right? And so my hand motions, some of them I know are just fucked up because oh yeah, the slow opening the coat kind of a thing, and you're like, what the hell? So yeah, but we did it, and you get like the first 6 moves, and you come to this thing where you just repeat a cycle of moves, and you just basically turn to the 4 directions.
So you step
You
into
step
the
and then you
next.
do the thing and then you come up and then you enter this position and then you turn and you do it all over again. And because I can't see the moves real well, I hate that section. Just hate it because that's like I'm doing real good and then we turn and I don't know who to watch and I know that my hands are just kind of. One night I was
You're doing the Macarena for no apparent reason.
What are you doing? The Ken Berry. But yeah,
Opa.
but yeah, but I'm there one night. There's two kind of I think weird things. One is that most of the class are people who've been doing Tai Chi with this guy for years. Because they talk about that exhibition he did, like, was that like 10 years ago? Oh, no, it was like 15. You're like, wait a minute, you're 15 years and you haven't left the beginner's class? What am I missing?
Is there another level?
I would think that after you got turning in circles down, you'd be learning, standing on
There's
one. You'd
supposed
be
to be
doing the crane from
there's
Karate
supposed to be
Kid.
a sword at some point. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, and silks and shit. Yes, it's very, very. But um, so there's that some of these they have these conversations, and you just are like, they've been doing this for years, years. So you got to pick out the one that's like doing it the best, and that's the one you're going to copy when the instructor stops. But then there's like this guy who it's supposed to be low and slow, right?
Mhm.
Man, he rushes through it. The whole class is like doing, this and sinking, and he's already moving his arm. He's like a move and a half ahead of everybody. There's just no grace. Everything's a flop over. It's like,
Jesus.
Bob, fuck, slow down, man. You're messing up my flow. I finally got so tired of it. I just put my hands on my hips, turned around, and walked off the. I was like, I just can't
Of
do
course you
it.
did. Of course you did.
It's like I can't watch this guy. Oh man. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It is relaxing. It's nice to get in
Every
that.
time I've ever done it in any of my classes, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I find it very soothing, and I actually have been thinking about uh, taking some classes after the first of the year. So we may be Tai Chi buddies after the first of the year.
There we go. Just do the Golden Dragon.
Well,
Sounds like a Chinese restaurant.
I was doing kung fu here for a little while after we moved, and it was just too far away, the place I
Mhm.
was going. But it's literally like around the corner from my office now, so
Nice.
it makes sense that I could go back there and do the. And I also feel like the Tai Chi would be much lower impact on my unsteady knees at this point. I'm not sure I need to be throwing roundhouse kicks anymore.
Well, and that yes, I would say that that first night, second night, you would think that just standing in one place and just lowering, like putting all your weight on your right leg and lowering and bending at the knee and then stepping over with your left foot was not that big a deal. But like you get out to the car and your thighs are like, "Ugh." So
Yeah.
you kind of get used to doing that. And I was asking Kristen about it. I was like, do you find yourself like maybe moving more deliberately, you know, you know, kind of a thing? She
Mhm.
says no. So I guess maybe I'm doing it wrong.
All right, maybe you're doing it right.
Yes, let's pin it on her.
It's the way of the show.
That's actually one of the moves. You bring
I
it
know
up
it
here,
is.
and then you come down here, and see. My thing is like getting. That's the part that fucks me up. They call it lazy tying the coat, right? So you're standing there, you've turned, and then this hand makes a big move, and this hand makes a little move, and you kind of doing this, and now I don't know what to do with this hand because I've got this one where it needs to go, and this one is just still kind of hanging out there. And all I know is that at some point I got to end up with this hand on the hip and this hand out. So it's like you go, okay, lazy tying the coat, and this hand comes in and this arm goes out, and this hand, I don't know what it's doing. Can I look? And the one lady's got it up here, and then that guy's got it over here to the side. And
And the other guy's 3 moves ahead of you.
yeah, then Bob is already, flipping, spinning like a top. Uh,
And that's not even part of the kata.
it's not even the part. Yeah, he's gone on to the four corners thing, and I'm still. Where's the strap? I don't get it. grab the ceiling, point to the floor. It's like I'm here, and now it's like, okay, bring the hand up, and then come around here. It's one of those things where some of the motions don't make sense to me because, like,
Right.
and being right and left-handed, it's like fucking square dancing all over again. Right hand in, whoop, left hand out, whoop, let's just
Yep.
start the class and put an R and L on the tops of my hands like somebody did once in grade school.
I just always said this way
It's
and that way. It was easier.
it's a core memory that this gym teacher pulled me aside, took a Sharpie and put an R on one hand and an L on the other because she thought I was screwing around with square dancing. No, that just, you say left hand, man, that right hand shoots right in there. It's like- and now it's got to a point where, like I was telling Frank, I had to switch an outlet out. And because of where it was, I just switched to left-handed. Didn't even think about it. Just switched to left, did that. And then I went to the other side of the outlet, which would be better done right. So I switched right-handed. And then I'm sitting there with a screwdriver in my hand going, which hand? What if I, oh my God, I'm just not even, we were at lunch one day and I was just sitting there cutting my food and eating it. I get about 3/4 of the way of the move. And Frank's like, you've switched. I'm like, what? I go, I have. Huh. I'm wondering if I should be worried about this. So that, yeah, your right hand does this and your left hand does this. And my brain says, send them both.
Send them all.
Send
Send
them all.
them all.
What are you doing? I don't know. Some crane move.
I fused the moves.
I fuse the moves. It's
I'm-
when doves cry.
I'm the second coming of Tai Chi.
Woo! And end. Yep.
Oh.
That's
So
about
this
it.
is probably our last show of the year, I think. We might be able to squeeze one in.
It would probably, yeah, because 2 weeks would be Christmas week,
Yeah, maybe the week after. I don't know. We'll see how
right
that
before
week
New
goes.
Year's.
Yeah, because we're going to Costa Rica the week of New Year's, I think.
Ooh.
Checking on the father-in-law.
I'm surprised he didn't move back.
I'm not.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be retired, that's a pretty damn good place to do it.
Okay, then.
He sits on his deck and drinks scotch and smokes cigars all day.
Not a productive life, but a pretty nice one.
With the rainforest behind him and a waterfall in the distance. And
Okay.
yeah, maybe we'll do one from there when I'm there.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'll be in the basement. You'll be in the rainforest.
Maybe we will do that.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, because that'll be like the week. It's like 2 degrees out here.
I'll be sitting out by the pool.
Yeah, you're in like a
overlooking
tropical, and I'm like sitting here burning things.
be like 8 or 9 Costa Rican beers in because you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's right. Yep.
Yes, I was born and raised in South Louisiana.
I'll be in the basement with a blanket pulled over my head.
Woo-hoo.
Mardi
Okay,
Gras.
we're gonna do that. I will broadcast from the rancho overlooking the rainforest. We will do that.
Okay, that's yes.
Well, depending upon the Wi-Fi signal in Costa Rica.
There you go.
So, but I believe that's pretty good. So yeah. So you got any plans for Christmas?
No.
No.
Mom and Dad moved to Tennessee.
How is the house construction going?
They actually might have it. I think they're close.
Okay.
They told them, I think, originally end of January, and it's looking more like the beginning of January. Last time I
Okay.
talked to them, like in depth, not what do you want for Christmas? I don't know,
Yeah.
Legos. You're, grown person. Yeah. So what? Anyway, the last time I talked to them about the house in depth, roof was on, siding was on, drywall was all done. They painted most of the walls. They were waiting on cabinets. Flooring was about ready to go in. So, I mean,
Okay.
I don't think they're that far out based on what windows were in, doors were in, driveway was in. Uh, yeah, they're
And, did,
they're
and you said Stacy and her husband were building a new house too, or moving into a house?
yes,
Okay.
nope, right next door, the lot next door. Their house is not. They started later,
Okay.
um, so I think they might. I didn't. I mean, Mom didn't really tell me a whole lot, but I think they're framed out, and I think the exterior cladding might be up, and maybe some windows are in. I don't know.
Are they gonna put a tiny house in the backyard for you guys?
Be nice. They
Wouldn't
both
it?
got acre lots. It's like, hey Nick, gonna make a couple bucks this summer. Push mowing 2 acres.
Oh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, that's a lot of push mowing.
Yeah, it is a lot of push mowing. There'll probably be a rider at some point, but yeah, they're gonna live right next door.
Wow. I don't think I could
Which,
do that.
and yeah, exactly. Um, you want to have that space,
Yeah.
and,
Absence
and
makes the heart grow fonder.
yeah, I mean, I would say living, 8 to 10 hours in either direction. Here's the thing: it is a 30, no, it's like 30 to 40 mile difference going from my house to their house in Denver, from my house to their house in Tennessee. It's like a 35-mile difference.
That's crazy.
Yes, so I right in the middle of everything. So I
So
win.
you're at the way station right now while everybody's getting situated.
Yes, we hosted a lot of little side trips as people traipse through town. But yeah, I mean, so having them so far away is a little much. It'd be nice if they were a little closer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, mine are
But
three
next
and a
door would
half
be too
hours.
much.
Yeah, that I could. Yeah, no. Mine are 3.5.
Mhm,
An hour of that is just getting across Houston,
mhm.
right? So, because in Houston, you're always an hour away from Houston.
Yeah.
As the joke goes. Yeah, but it's I went and picked them up because neither of them are really supposed to be driving that much. Well, Dad's not supposed to be driving at all, and
Mhm.
Mom's not a nervous driver. So um, I drove over, picked him up, and took him back. So long extra. It was one of my days off. Was essentially that.
Driving to and from.
Yes.
Well, see, I think Babe's like the perfect distance away right now.
How far
Just
is?
under,
How
it's
far?
about an hour and 45 minutes.
Was that all? Okay, I thought.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You'd think when you go Manhattan, Kansas, you look at the map, you're like, oh my God. And then you're like, oh, wait, it's 30 miles north of Topeka. Uh, it's an hour to Lawrence and then like about another 45 minutes to, I don't know, maybe.
Okay, that's good. I mean, the boys are 3 hours.
Mhm.
You know, and you got to go through Gaines country to get there. So I have visited the silos.
Very nice. Get all
Oh,
magnolia'd up.
yeah, well, you go
The
through
rest of us
Waco.
just have to go to Target.
You go through Waco enough times, you got to stop,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, it's mandatory. The cult
Yeah.
demands it. They demand a
Yes.
sacrifice of your time.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, we figured out the right time to go. Sunday afternoon late. There was no lines anywhere. We walked in, we walked out, we saw all the things, and then we got back and left.
It's Czechoslovakia. You zip in, you zip out. Since we're doing stripes
I was
jokes,
going to
what
say
the
two
hell?
Stripes references in the same show.
Yeah.
I got the boys to watch Caddyshack while they were home. They had not seen that, and I wasn't sure how that was going to go over because I tried to get Connor to watch Dazed and Confused with me, and he made it to the hazing scene, and he goes, "This isn't realistic." I'm like, "Yes, it is. You just don't know. You spent half of your high school time on Zoom. You don't know."
Yeah, you don't know. We're getting ready for our Christmas party at work next week, and Frank and I and boss's assistant. The three of us are going to go, and somebody goes, "Well, what's it like when you go?" Kristen asked me. She goes, "What's it like when you guys go shopping?" I go, "It's like when Rodney Dangerfield strolls into the clubhouse in in Caddyshack. He's like, "Oh, hey, help yourself, boys. We'll take two of those, and three of those. I'll take a half a dozen of these. I'll take two of those. I'll take. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at this. You buy this hat, you get a free bowl of soup. Whoa, looks good on you. Whoa, I'll take 6 of those, 7 of those. Get my buddy Wang hooked up with everything. Okay, let's play.
We're all getting laid.
We're all getting laid." That's what it's like shopping for the Christmas party. You roll into Sam's or the Sam's Club, and you're just like, "I'll take 3 of those TVs. I'll take 2 of those coolers. Why don't you bring down a couple generators off that top shelf there? About a half
Wow.
dozen camp chairs, this and a that." And I was telling Frank the last time we did it, when you work retail, they tell you to like watch out for certain things, right?
Mhm.
You know, and it's like somebody comes in and makes snap decision on big ticket items, right? So we go in and we're with the owner, and she sees jewelry because we do have women who work in the field. So she wants to get like some nice rings and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there going, "Oh no, 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 no. This is not good." They're gonna she's like, "Okay, well, I'll take 2 of these, 2 of those, and 1 of those." And I'm like, "Oh, we just dropped over $1,000." And she slaps down a credit card, and it's an old expired credit card, or it's one that we had like identity theft problems on
Oh
that she hadn't
no.
taken out of her wallet. So they run it there. "I'm sorry, this is declined." "That's not possible." She reaches in her purse and she pulls out a stack of like 8 credit cards.
Oh my God.
And I'm like going, "Oh man, lost control. We're not getting out of the store. Here, try
No.
this one." "No, wait, give me that one back. Try this
Oh God.
one." I told
Oh
Frank.
no.
Frank's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, it looks like we're shoplifters." I mean, I know we're not, but it
It
looks
looks like a
like
ring. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
they've got 3 carts of high-end electronics goods, and they're trying to pay for jewelry with an expired or a call the bank credit card. No, that doesn't look suspicious at all. And we
This is
did. We reeled out with like almost 7 grand worth of shit,
wow.
trying to load into one pickup truck.
No.
It looked like the Beverly Hillbillies had just. It looked like their first trip to Walmart after shooting the puddle. Just give us everything. We're in Jethro's truck, and shit's bungee corded. We got grandma sitting on the top,
You're gonna
15
say, were
feet
you
in the air.
riding on top of the car?
Wow, I
Our
watched too
Christmas
much of that
parties.
shit as a child,
Yeah,
obviously.
we both did, as evidenced by Mayberry R.I.P.
and, we, and we just tied Beverly Hillbillies, Function Junction. No,
Petticoat Junction.
Petticoat. Function Junction is a store here in town that sells kitchenware.
Really?
Yes. So, yeah.
Right.
Not Petticoat Junction, Function Junction. So, anyway, your Christmas party.
We're it's a much smaller scale since there's only 8 of us, but
Oh, nice.
we're gonna go axe throwing tomorrow, so that's fun.
Well, that is. Okay. Don't break your wrist. Have you ever done it before?
Mm-mm.
Don't break your wrist.
Is
The
that the trick?
Yeah, you
Is that the
keep.
trick?
Yeah, yeah. If you've got like if you've ever sprained your ankle, bring that thing. Just strap it on there so you don't break the wrist. Because
Okay.
you just do it and release, and then the axe will spin on its own. If you do this, you put too much spin. And I found out they don't. You can't throw it hard enough to get it to bounce all the way back to you, but you get enough to come back at you a little bit,
Enough
and
to
then
make you nervous.
enough to just so that your next throw is like that. Where you're turned away and you're throwing it sidearm
and running.
and doing this afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. I probably have a wrist splint somewhere. I used to sell them. Um,
So yeah, I went with my dad. Took me and him did it, and Randy's not competitive. It's certainly
oh,
so.
you get that somewhere naturally.
Oh yeah. So anyways, like we're throwing the first couple and we're both doing it, but then you can tell that we're each figuring it out. because we get like really quiet. There's no chatter, and there's just sort of this like this just you could just feel concentration, and I'm not going to let him beat me. You know, throwing,
Right.
and then it's like calling our shots. Okay, who can hit that target? Thunk, thunk. You know, and my mom
I'm
is
sorry I missed that. That would have been entertaining.
and my mom is sort of like, wow.
I married one and raised one.
Thunk. Damn it.
Well, not to be sexist, but I'm the only male on the team, so we'll see how this goes.
All right, that's my they'll give you some, advice that you do it, you just release, you try not to break that wrist because just a little bit puts enough spin to
Mm.
so you just kind
Okay.
of let it sort of slide out of your hand.
All
It's
right.
kind of
Good to have that in my hip pocket going in. I like it.
yeah, so if you can do that and like I say, not break your wrist, you'll have a little bit more control and you'll be consistently hitting the target and sticking as opposed to gingerly stepping out there and like even though that's all walls and barricades, you got to walk up there and get that axe next to like two live fields, and you're just kind of, a little
Yeah,
gun shy
that's fair.
because you don't know if little game day Barbie next to you is going to,
I'm hoping at middle of the afternoon on Monday we may not have too much competition for the place, so we'll
Mhm.
see.
Yeah, don't drink. Well, there'll be some advice.
So yesterday we changed our internet provider.
Mhm.
We got rid of this. We got rid of the Spectrum and went to the AT&T gig because Laura's been having connectivity issues, and since she works from home full time, she gets to make that call.
Sure.
The flip side to that is like now I can't get the mesh network to connect, so I've got a whole, the whole litany of like now I got to go back and fix this, and it comes with the DirecTV streaming, which I can't get to connect. So everything was working smoothly, and now the internet's great, but nothing else is working. So
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's better time. It all works out in the end.
yeah, I got to get the mesh working before the idiots get home from college, or I'll never hear the end of it. Although I may just put Jack on it because he fixed it the last time. So
There you go.
I have built-in tech support.
I like it. Go for it.
Outsource that. You want to eat? Fix it.
It's a trade-off, boy.
Life is like this. I'll
Mhm.
teach you a life lesson.
My kid's going to learn one. Don't pick a class that goes at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoons.
Oh no.
And she's saying, she goes, yeah, I have it. It's an online class, but it's like at 4 o'clock on Fridays. And Holden goes, well, what does that mean? I go, it means your girlfriend's your girlfriend's an idiot.
Yeah.
She goes, hey, I don't have any control over that one because it's all remote and he just can do it when he can do it. I go, it'll be fine for the first 2 or 3 weeks, but after that, you're going to be like, why? All your friends are going to be like, we're going home. See you next Monday. And you're going to be like,
Yeah.
still there.
Yep. I learned the lesson of that. My equivalent was the 8 o'clock class. Nope. Once was enough.
Yeah, I took one 8 o'clock and I took it the last quarter of my senior year. And it was the introduction to astronomy. It was a 400 level physics class.
Oh my god.
So
I had to roll in easy.
yeah, so Barrett and I were like, Barrett took it and he's like, yeah, because I'm going to take astronomy. I'm like, really? And I go, I go, what are the prerequisites? Because it's introduction to astronomy 401, right?
Right.
He goes, because basically, he goes, you can do it. He goes, you took calc. I'm like, okay. I go, do you think there really be a lot of math? There is no math in it. It was just like, what are the celestial bodies and, basic math, like theory of gravity to find rotational orbits and shit like that. But somebody's like, why are you taking this class at 8 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, your senior year, last quarter?
Mm-hmm.
And it was because we had a telescope on campus, not a big one, but big enough. And the class got to play with the telescope. And so we
There you
took
go.
the class So yeah, so the instructor's there for like a midnight sky view thing. There's like me, Barrett, the instructor, and like two other guys, and they're all bundled up. And Barrett and I are like, okay, here are the coordinates for that double star. You ready? Crank them.
Yeah, when the class has the best toys, you definitely want to take it.
Fuck yeah! I mean, baby physics. We got to play with lasers and prisms, which was
Nice.
not good because I. It's like
Did you
here's the
burn a
experiment.
retina?
Oh, I did shoot my laser into another group's prism. So they're all like hunched over this thing, getting it set up. And it's a harmless
Yes,
laser. It's just like
yes,
a
you
little,
did.
it's
Of
just like
course you
looking
did.
into a flashlight, right? And so I'm like watching them line up their laser. I was like, hey, watch this. Swing, boom. Ah! Bring it back. Hey, it wasn't us. What the hell? I don't know. You guys had your little real genius moment over there. Check your lens. There's probably some smudging on there.
You blew up Alderaan.
I felt a disturbance in the force. Like, you're failing this class, dude.
Easy there, Kent.
Goes from Jerry, God, to Jerry, to the cleaners.
I love that movie so much.
I do too. I watched it again not too long ago. And by and large, it holds together.
It does. I watched it with we made the boys watch it one time, like in the last probably 6 years now. But yeah, I mean, you could pick that up and largely drop it anywhere, maybe update some of the technology, and that
Oh, yeah.
basic premise would work over and over again.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, the tropes are okay, the nerds have a party, and the nerds do all this kind of cool stuff. And really, yeah, they weren't too over the top. They, I thought, were fairly realistic. And yeah, maybe more political overtones, but still, I don't know. We'd still probably just trying to do lasers to kill people from space.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to update anything at all.
You may be right. Now that you say it that way. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
we
it'd be
watched-
Jewish space lasers, but still.
Well, I was thinking it, I just didn't say it. We watched Blackberry last weekend. That was fun. That's the one about the
the
rise and fall of the BlackBerry device.
mm-hmm.
Was Jay Baruchel and Glenn Howerton are the leads, and it's really, really good.
Okay.
Really liked that one. And we also watched.
Is it like a Netflix streamer thing, or?
I think it was on I think we rented it on Prime for like $3.99 or something.
All right.
And then we watched The Holdovers, which we paid the full rental price on, but we both wanted to see it. And that one's fun too. That one's really good. I'm fairly convinced at this point I would watch Paul Giamatti in just about anything.
I can see that.
He's never done me wrong. So
no, he's a decent. Yeah, I can see that.
Do you have Paramount Plus?
I do.
I would recommend Billions. It's a Showtime.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah,
they brought them together.
It's fun. It's
okay.
I love the guy's name is just evading me. The redheaded dude. What's his name?
Dan Lewis, right? Something like that.
I keep wanting to say Daniel Day-Lewis, and that's not right.
But we know that's wrong.
Yeah, but it's something Lewis. And it'll come to me in a minute. And he's like the rich tech bro guy. And then Paul Giamatti's the hardworking, schlubby DA who's his opposite and, trying to bring him down. But it's a really good show. We got to it late, but we're sucked in.
Okay.
It's really I think you would like it.
I do want to watch that one. I did watch the Doctor Who specials.
I watched the first one. I haven't watched anything since. I enjoyed the first one.
They're all fun. I mean, it's kind of Hallmark. Not Hallmark. It's Russell T Davies writing the Doctor and Donna.
Yeah.
And so, they're fun. They're creepy when they need to be creepy, funny when they need to be funny. Such a night and day change from poor Jodie.
They did Jodie wrong. Laura has accused me repeatedly of not, she's like, I would have watched those with you. I'm like, no, you wouldn't have. She's like, y'all just didn't like him because she was a woman. Like, no, we didn't like him because they weren't good. They did her wrong. I wanted to like her. I thought she was good. It was
Oh yeah,
everything about the series besides her that was bad.
it just was
Even
just
the companions were good. And that's saying
too
that's part
many
of
of
it.
them. Too many
Well,
of
and
them.
there were too many not good ones too. It
Well,
was
yeah, like the son. I like Grant, and I like Yaz. Okay, I didn't like her like a lot. I mean, Donna was my favorite companion because I always felt that their dynamic made him be better than he might normally be. You know,
I felt the same way about Martha. I
and
thought
she too at the beginning kind of pushed him, but then they kind of like, oh, she has this unrequited love for him, and
yeah.
that just kind of turned her character to mush, and you're just kind of like, I'm glad she's moving on to something better. I'm happy for her for that.
Yeah. Yeah. They did
Because in
kind
the
of
beginning you're
got
just kind of like, ooh, hubba hubba.
well, yeah, there was that. Yeah, I've watched the first one. I need to go back and catch up. I've also been playing catch up on Invincible and Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which I've enjoyed all
I
right
want to
so
watch
far.
that one. Haven't got to that one yet. Reacher starts next week.
I'm not a Reacher guy. I've read a couple of the books. And it's
The
just
show was okay. The show was good because
okay.
he now is his portrayed
Well, yeah, I think part of
as
it
a
is
giant man
as
who
opposed to Tom Cruise
as opposed to Tom.
overcompensating.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that was where they lost me because I'd read a couple of books and I was like, okay, that is not Tom Cruise by any stretch of any imagination.
But that being said, I didn't mind the first Reacher movie. The second Reacher should have just been Reach Around. It was terrible.
And me without a soundboard. Um,
Uh,
that's the other thing. Once I get this new internet fixed up, I'm hopefully going to be back in the garage. So,
all right.
yeah.
So, but no, the second one is good, fun, and the last one, Neil Patrick Harris is in it, uh, and he's campy and creepy, and
Everything you want Neil Patrick Harris to be.
yeah, imagine Count Olaf from Lemony Snicket's, maybe dialed down a notch, notch and a half.
Okay.
so, so if you know that performance, you kind of have an idea what you're going to get. Uh, yeah, the end conflict resolution is pretty cool.
Okay.
And then you get
Yeah.
to meet Nakuti, the new, or Kuti, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the black kid from
The
Sex
new
Edge. Yeah,
the
the
new
new
doctor.
doctor. Who,
Okay.
all the pictures they show of him, you kind of get in this mental image of what he's going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of like, oh, it looks like he's going to be kind of arrogant and kind of carry himself with this sort of heft and weight. And then he's just as goofy as the other doctors.
You can't lose that on the doctor. I mean, you can tweak it so it's a
Mhm.
lesser trait, but it's got to be there. I mean, they did that with what's his face.
Capaldi.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
they ratcheted up his serious. I mean, they calibrated him a little differently,
Hmm.
and I think that's when they were able to successfully do that with a new doctor and find that spot. I think that's when they worked best. I mean, that's what they. I mean, that was Matt Smith. Doctor was a couple of tweaks off of Tenants. Tenants had
Hmm.
his moments where he could go to like bug-eyed crazy, and Matt Smith really never did that.
No. And he was always just like rapid talking and
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, he was, and Matt Smith, I don't know if physically he moves weird or he physically
he
moved
does.
weird. Okay. Because he the weird thing about him is, yes, he's got kind of a baby doughy face, but there's like he walks sometimes and you're like, that dude's like 65. Look at the knees are shot, the hips are gone.
Yeah,
He
he
carries
does.
himself like an old man. And then you've got Cavalli
Which
who's
may have
riffing
been
on
a
a guitar.
decision.
May have been a
Uh, but yeah, he does. He's awkward because he was on.
Game of
He was in
Thrones, Dragons.
he was in the Dragons, but he was in one of the Terminator movies, and then he played one of the royals on The
Hmm.
Crown. I think he played Prince Philip as a younger man, if I
Hmm.
remember correctly. And he's an odd screen presence. I mean, it's he draws you in, but it's there's something just always a little askew. I mean, he's
Yes.
great. He's great for House of Dragons because then it should be
They're all
mirrored.
this skewed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Targaryen. He's inbred. That makes sense.
Mhm.
You know, so that's in that sense that makes perfect. That works. Yeah. So anyway, all right.
But yeah.
Well,
So if you
I
get a
have-
chance, by the time we talk, the Christmas special will be out, and we'll have seen him now full of. There was a thing on his sonic screwdriver, that
Mhm.
looked like a TV remote.
I have my final for my class this week, and then I have some free time, so I'm going to be playing catch up from there. And then, yeah, the boys are home. I might get them to watch David Tennant, but I may not. They've kind of moved on. They were disappointed when the Doctor became a woman, and they were teenage boys, and I get that.
Mhm.
They'd been raised on Tennant, Smith, and Capaldi. I mean, that's a big ask.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's a girl. What the hell?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right. So I have a Christmas present for you, which I'll try and get in the mail this week.
Oh,
I made no
nice.
promises. It's a little something I saw and it made me think of you. So,
Okay.
it's on its way.
Oh yeah.
And then
held this up as my thing on my
oh,
desk.
nice. Where is that beautiful bastard?
Vader the Redeemer.
Nice. I love that.
Uh-huh. There's a guy who comes to town, 3D prints stuff, and he has like a booth at the comic show. So I had seen it on his website when I showed up. He had one with him, and it was like done.
Yeah. That is as we learn in Real Genius, a moral imperative.
There we go.
I think that's where we ended, on a moral imperative.
There we go.
All right. So that's the end of episode 68 of Slurp Toast, a podcast. Here,
That's right.
Next episode is 69. Thank you.
Oh, so next time, let's do favorite follows.
Okay, we'll do another one of those. Yeah, we can do that.
Because I got a couple that are kind of fun. And one that I pimp out everybody. Everybody's like, really? You watch this? I go, just do it. And I'm like, okay, that's fun. And then, because we did baseball uniforms.
Yeah.
I also want to do, there's a couple of artists who do like minimalist redesigns of NFL logos.
I've seen some of those.
Which you're kind of like going, they are pretty much minimalist to begin with. How can you make them even more so? Most of them are misses. But yeah, that might be kind of fun to go.
We are also going to do a riff tracks thing like we talked about. I just have to figure out how to get the video loaded in so we can do.
I know. I was kind of disappointed when you were sick and then I wasn't feeling well. I was like, oh man, this had been.
Well, we will do that when it's appropriate again. But I think in the interim, I could probably find something for us to do that same thing too.
Okay.
So something that we both will have thoughts and riffs on. So we will do that.
R.I.P. Yes.
We'll do an episode of Petticoat Junction and just the Cole. We won't even watch it ahead of time. We'll just do it.
Was it Uncle Eddie or something like that, or no?
Uncle Joe. Here comes Uncle Joe. He's moving kind of slow.
Uncle Joe moving kind of slow. Howard Sprague. Joe, you got to move faster. Bang, bang, bang. Dance, Joe. Dance.
Well, remember my idea for Petticoat Sanction. Yeah. So.
Oh, wow. We could reimagine all these shows.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
All right. So until next time, if we don't see you before then, everyone have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And we'll see you back here for episode 69. Bye.
Lumber Mechs Unite.